Hey everybody, and welcome back to the My Therapy in the Box podcast. It's your girl and your host, Courtney Porter.
Yo, what's good with you, man? It's your boy Marcus D. Porter.
Sorry. Oh, so guys, we have some sad news. Our dog died. Insert emoji.
Yeah,
First,
very tragic.
yeah. For those of you that didn't know, we had two dogs, Loki and Shadow. And Shadow passed away.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of miniature schnauzers. My aunt Judy has a miniature schnauzer, salt and pepper, called Scotty, and ever since I met that dog, I knew that's the dog I wanted. And miniature schnauzers are great dogs, man. They were some cool dogs. They helped me get through some tough times when I was dealing with depression. Puppies were a lot of work, I tell you that, man. From peeing on the carpet, chewing up stuff, man, it was bananas, man. I don't think I would ever get a puppy again because that is just too much. I would rather get a seasoned dog that's been around the block a few times. Mm-hmm. But man, we raised them little puppies ever since we had them, they were puppies all the way up. We got to a point to where we was just traveling too much, and it became expensive to put our dogs in puppy hotels every time. Mm-hmm. Especially if we're doing weddings and we're traveling multiple times a month. It's like as soon as we get back, we have to go put them in the hotel, and then we get them for a couple of days and then leave again and put them in another hotel. And so, you know, we made that tough decision, especially with us moving, because we moved so many times to different apartment complexes, and we always got to pay a $550 or $600 deposit for some puppies.
Pet rent is equivalent to your house rent. Might as well be. Especially if you got more than one dog.
Yeah. And we had two dogs.
Yes.
You know, so that was, I don't, the feeding them and all that stuff wasn't the issue. But, just us traveling was the issue, and so we decided, hey man, let's get rid of the dogs, because we also was thinking that we was going to move to another city. Mm-hmm. On top of us traveling, it was just going to be too much.
Yeah, and too much for us, too much for the dogs, just too much of an adjustment. So we were just like, and plus the amount of time that we spent away from home with me working, by the time we got home, we were too tired. So we were too tired to invest the time into them that they needed, because they're energetic dogs. They like to be active and doing things.
They need their time too.
Right.
They need their time too. They need play time. They need outside time. And if you get into a situation to where you can't give the dog everything that they need, you got to get them to a family to where they can be. They can have all that attention and love that they need.
Right.
And we couldn't provide that at that time. And so that's the only reason why we said, you know what, let's let them go.
Right.
But,
And our main thought was like, it's important for them to be in a family with kids, because kids have that energy. They love to horse around. Give them that attention and that focus that just the two adults in the house may not always be able or willing to give.
And they got the time too. Kids got the time. They can give them what they need. And so we actually put the dogs up on Craigslist. Mm-hmm. We got a buyer that was interested in the dogs, and that person bought both of the dogs.
Because they didn't want to separate them.
They didn't want to separate them. So the dogs were sold. Everything was good. But we got a call from the owner, maybe because, the owner wanted to make sure that the dogs were, healthy and everything was okay with the dogs. Mm-hmm. But when the guy called us back, he called us back and said one of the dogs had, like a kidney stone.
Yeah, had kidney stone.
And that's real common among miniature schnauzers, that they have tract infections.
I was like, what?
Allergies. Yeah, that's real common with miniature schnauzers. But that's the risk you take. You know what I'm saying?
But then that also for me, because I usually would walk the dogs and take them to the restroom before I went to work in the mornings. And so that explained Shadow's behavior when he was doing certain things that I didn't realize he was doing because he had kidney stones, and we didn't take him, to the doctor, because of that reason. But once he informed us of that, it was like, oh, that's why he was doing this. Or he kept having accidents in the house, and was like, Shadow doesn't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
So things were just coming to light.
I guess things at that time that we didn't think was unnormal, because we never saw blood in his urine or anything like that. And even when he used the bathroom in the house, if he did, we would have saw it on the carpet. Right. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I get at that time you didn't know what was going on, but now that you think about it, you like, oh, well, maybe that could be the reason, because he was having accidents in the house and he would just want to pee in the house, and that was just kind of uncommon,
right? And we was just like, we know you did. After I just took you outside, you just
so maybe that could have been it. I don't know, but maybe that could have been it.
I think that probably was, because he wasn't one to have an accident.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's crazy though, man. So I guess where I feel like I failed is where I didn't know the signs, and I knew that miniature schnauzers have kidney stone problems, but I didn't make myself aware enough to say, okay, let me be cautious enough to make sure I look out for the signs, or let me be proactive in making sure the dogs are going to the hospital to get checked on a regular basis, so that way, we can prevent it if something was to come up. Yeah. And I think that's where we failed, as far as we became so busy and so tired to where we didn't see those things. You know what I'm saying? We missed the signs, and we didn't know. And so when the guy called us, he told us that, they had to do a big surgery, and that Shadow didn't make it out. They tried to perform the surgery, and it didn't work.
I think he said they explained the surgery, and the kidney stone, I don't know if it was too big or the extent of the surgery wouldn't have worked for him.
Yeah, he didn't make it through. He didn't make it through.
So they had to put him to sleep.
And so that was tragic, man. I mean, Loki made it. You know what I'm saying? He's doing fine.
But Loki he didn't have any.
Nah, he didn't.
He wasn't sick when they took him to the doctor. He was fine.
That kind of makes me wonder, like, if we had not have sold the dogs, like, what would have happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have, like, how long we would have went without knowing, to where it probably would have just got worse, or the dog just would have passed away one day, and we just would have been like, what happened? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that's tragic, man. You know what I'm saying? And they always say you should have dogs before you have kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now.
Look, if that's the disclaimer,
we ain't ready for kids. Then if we didn't see that when we had puppies,
me with that,
or dogs, when we didn't see that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what we gonna see when we had kids.
Shit, miss me with them kids.
You know what I'm saying? Drive by, woo, got on that way. Whoa.
What's that dude name in the Matrix?
Neo.
Do that Neo move
that
on
Neo
him.
move, that dodging
that
him,
Matrix move.
But yeah, that was tragic, man.
It was sad.
Because, Shadow was there, man. Shadow was there for us. He was always spirits lifted up. He was just a little too extra at times. Peeing on our bed to jumping on our couches, always eating stuff, you know what I'm saying? Shadow was crazy,
He
man.
was that dog to where it's just like, now you weren't supposed to be chewing and eating on that, but you gonna do it anyway? Really?
Yeah.
Really, Shadow? Okay.
But, things happen, and that's life, you know what I'm saying? I even though we didn't have the dogs at the time, just to hear the news was just kind of tragic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we had them for over a year.
That was like 2 years, 2.5 years.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah, about 2.5 years, man.
No, you're right. Yeah, it was over 2 years.
So, but we hate that happen. But the question is will we ever get another dog?
Nope.
She said, "That's it. That's a wrap." This is our what we had a you got me a dog named BJ. Mm-hmm. We named him BJ. Then we had a dog that we found in the streets named Madison. We took care of her.
Well, don't say in the streets like she was just in the streets.
Well, she came
was
up,
wandering at a job that we used to work at, and we were like, it was so random because like, where did this puppy come from?
Yeah, we took it. We took that puppy in, got her fixed up and checked out.
Mm-hmm. And we did take her to the vet.
We took her to the vet.
You know, crazy enough.
She was a cool dog.
She was a cool dog, but once again, we didn't have the time. We just didn't have the time. We had 3 dogs. We had a total over a course of 9 years.
Yeah, about 9 years, and we all sold them or let them go because we didn't have time. Ain't that crazy?
All of them, yes, we gave them away.
Yep.
Gave them away to coworkers or people who we knew.
Yep, that we felt like needed them, and they didn't do a good job. I hope they don't see this video.
But,
and you know, I'm let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Because I know some folk watching. I'm going to let this go.
Control what you can control.
Yeah, you can't control what happens.
But
after
what
you
I
sell
can
it,
control is us. If we gonna get a dog again, and it's a wrap, we'll pass.
Yeah, we won't get a dog again.
I don't see it. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna stick a pin in that, and I will say, as long as we're living in an apartment.
Yeah,
or
that's it. That's another.
Not a good idea for us
That's
to own a dog. But if we had a home and we had land,
that would be a different story.
That's a different story.
That would be a different story.
As a matter of fact, it may be an outside dog if we had a lot of land, because I don't know if I let them have as much leeway around the house because they're dogs.
Yeah,
they want to be outside. They need to be outside to be dogs.
Yeah.
So if we had land, acres of land, probably, because they'll at least have something to do, and they wouldn't be in their crates like they would be in our apartment, because we learned the hard lesson of not letting dogs roam around while you are not at home, because things will not be in order when you get back.
Yeah, we some bad dog parents. We gave them too much freedom.
Too much leeway.
But if we're in the country, we would definitely have. I would love to have a dog if we was in the country. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking the dog that I would like to try and have is a canine. No, not German Shepherd.
There were some pretty dogs.
Yeah, I think I would like to have German Shepherd.
There's some good watchdogs too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they big dogs, so you can, if you got land in the country, that's the perfect dog to have.
And they're so cute as puppies.
Yeah, man. I have a German Shepherd, but we will only do one. We won't do two. We only do one dog.
Yeah.
And he'll be outdoor, but I would want him inside too.
You know what? It's amazing how we are so lenient with this inside stuff, knowing we are both raised in households to where dogs were not allowed in the house. If you had a dog, it was out. For me, you may be different. And in my home, dogs was on the outside, and they would look at you crazy if you asked. Now, I snuck the dog in the house a couple times, not to sleep. Would not let the dog sleep in my bed, but to sleep, to feed them a little something, Yeah. But they was out at night, sleeping on the ground and all that. If my parents knew our dogs was inside, they'd be looking like, girl, you done lost your mind. Dogs are not meant to be on the inside. They're meant to be on the outside. Yeah. Now, man. If you were raised old school, like I was raised old school and been converted, comment below if you're the type of person that's like, dogs are not allowed on the inside, they're meant to be on the outside. Or are you the type of person that's like, no, I have to have them on the inside, I don't want them to be outside? Comment below and let us know. Yeah. Because our values kind of changed.
Yeah, that's true.
As the years went on. And also with our living situation.
So do you like dogs better when they're outside, or do you like them when they're inside?
Mm-hmm. Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh. based off our recent experience with dogs, I prefer them outside. That way I ain't got to worry about getting up no extra 30 minutes to take them pee. They can use the bathroom whenever, however they choose to, without me being present. But, I mean, it's been cool with them inside. I don't know, I just was easily annoyed sometimes, and I just didn't want to be bothered. Yeah. And dogs, you know, they kind of sense your energy, and they want to be loved too. And sometimes I'm just not here for it. I'm just like, just leave me alone.
Yeah, I like dogs on the inside and outside. I like them on the inside because it provides extra security inside the house. You know, just knowing you got something else in that house that will bite the crap out of you if you try to come up in this piece. Yeah, you come up in here if you want to.
Yes, because that's what happened when the couple times that we had somebody over, we put the dogs in the crate and they was barking their heads. Yeah. It's like, if you don't sit down somewhere.
Or if you let them out the crate, they'll sit there and bark at you and sniff you out a little bit. Or the postman come up, they barking at the door. Somebody knock on the door, they run down to the door. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
I mean, so they are good alert and alarms.
Yeah, they're good alarms, especially if you're not here. I guess I would just like to have a dog that's trained that won't just pee everywhere.
See, the thing is, with our experience, we started from the beginning. We started with them as puppies, so it was our responsibility. We could have took them to be trained, but that would just been more expensive. You know, it would have taken more expenses, and we just didn't have time for it. So we just took it upon ourselves to train them ourselves.
Yeah, I think I would want some big dogs like some German Shepherds this time. So if we was in the country. Because I feel like those would be some great dogs to have in the country. Mm-hmm. Let them run around the land, or I go out on the land and, you know, try to see what is some polar bears or something out there or something.
Really? Polar bears?
Some grizzly bears or something out there. You got your dog with you, and we out there just, you know, tackling the land together with my shotgun and everything. We out there on the truck. We out there riding in the truck, and I got my German Shepherd right next to me. We out there riding.
So is you doing the rah, is that the dog?
Cause you know what it is, cause you gonna be in there too. Yeah, let's go there, buddy.
I ain't gonna be doing all that, but I hear you. And them dogs, they be looking serious too when they know they're going somewhere. They had that look, them ears up, that look on their face like, yeah, I'm a dog. Yeah. I'm about to do something. I'm about to get into something.
Yeah. But yeah, if we probably wouldn't have another. We're not gonna have another dog in an apartment. You know, if we move to a house, hopefully in the country, this is where we want to stay, we'll have dogs again.
Yeah, that's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Yeah, man. So, you know, yeah, man, that's it. You know, I don't know how you end that one, but hey, you know what'd
be cool is if we like put a picture of our dog at the end of the.
So you asked me to do extra work for the video. On camera and on the podcast. See what I'm saying, man? That's why you can't do no videos and stuff with her, man. She be trying to make me do extra work. See, this is simple as it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now folks gonna be looking for pictures and stuff.
Well, maybe I'm like, oh, I wish I wouldn't.
Man, I ain't finna, man. If you follow, listen, let me tell you something, man. If you follow me on Instagram, if you follow my stories, or if you followed us on Facebook, you'll see a picture somewhere on there.
Yeah, that's right. So just go to his page, because I ain't put him on mine. Mark's.
I'm not finna do that, bro. Y'all.
I done hit a nerve. I'm sorry, babe.
Don't do it. You're making me work harder, man. Now I gotta go find a picture and then put it in the video.
No, don't find a picture. Don't find a picture. They gonna have to follow you. Marcus, follow him on
when
Marcus D.
Porter. When you edit the
Porter.
video, I'm gonna tell you to put a picture on it. And see how you
I'm gonna find one too.
I'm gonna tell you something. I know one group of people out here who agree with me is the video editors, because they know video editing ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. I've seen you.
If you got your mindset on how you gonna edit something in one way, and then you got a client telling you do this and do that and do this and do that, can you add this? Can you do this? Can you take this? Can you do? Like, come on, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Unless this is what you do for your, you know, you an editor and you bomb at it, you love it, then it's a different story. Mm-hmm. I don't like to edit, you know. Mm-hmm. I ain't lying with nobody. I'm being real, you know.
I hear you.
So, you know what I'm saying? If you see the dog, you see the dog. You know. Everybody, y'all know what a miniature schnauzer look like. They all look the same. You know what I'm saying? My dog not gonna look different than no other dog on Google. Do they not like people? They're not different. They don't look any different. Do they? You know I'm right too. Scooby look the same. Look at Scooby. You know,
hey, Scooby.
What I ought to do is take a picture from Google and put it on there. You would never know.
But that's actually more work because if you took a picture.
But nah, I ain't doing it. If you look up black miniature schnauzer, you will see what the dogs look like. Because they're not going to look any different.
Oh, Lord.
You're going to look at our dogs and be like, oh, and you don't even know if there was our dogs or not. They the same dogs. I'm being serious. She laughing, but I'm being serious with y'all. Because y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not finna
I'm laughing because that is true.
You know,
it's just funny. Anyway, we're sorry to have to share the sad news with y'all, but it's what happened, and this is where we are at today.
Yeah.
So, hey, just comment with you know, just your thoughts about this video. If you have any thoughts about it, comment below, and we will reply back to you. But until next time, thank you all for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Marcus and Courtney, subscribe to our channel. Also, if you're listening, please make sure to subscribe to the My Therapy in the Box podcast so you can continue to get notifications whenever we drop a new episode. Until next time, talk soon.
All right, bye guys.